Alright guys, how's it going? I hope you're doing very well. Now this question comes up quite a lot in the Octane forums, and it's essentially how do I control the light, or light linking as we call it in Blender. And it's pretty easy to do in Octane Blender. Now I do product shots quite a lot, so having this ability to exclude a light from a certain object, it's a godsend in truth. Now of course you can do this natively in Blender now, but I'll show you how to quickly set it up in Octane. So I had a scene very similar to this. Product shot, bottle, this was glass, this was plastic. Let's quickly jump into render viewport. Now I don't have any lights, so let's quickly add in an Octane area light, and let's just move it up here. We'll do this kind of 2-point or 3-point lighting kind of setup, and we'll just give this a colour just so we can differentiate the colours. So we'll make this a kind of a nice orange, and I'll just quickly duplicate this, and we'll swing this around, and we'll make this a kind of opposing colour, so we'll make it blue. So the reason I had to exclude lights is obviously the top of the cap, I didn't necessarily want all these lights bouncing off it, and I didn't want the light bouncing off the glass here. So what you can do here is, if you actually select the light object, you can see underneath the texture emission we have a light ID pass, or a light pass ID, and this is set to 1. So this is my first light, and if I go to this light, because I duplicated it, the light pass is still in 1. So I'm going to set this to 2, so we have 2 different light types. Now I only want this light to apply to this object here. So I can select the object, I can go to the object properties here on the right, and I can come all the way down here. And you can see that we have several options. We have S, which means the sunlight, so if you have a sunlight. You have E for environment, so let's say for example you've got an HDRI, and I only want this light, and I know this one's number 1, and I know this is number 2, so I can exclude number 2. And just to give you a demonstration, if I exclude number 1, it'll be completely dark. Same goes for the bottle. This time I want the inverse, I want this light and I don't want this light. I can select the bottle and I can select number 1. And that is pretty much how you use light pass and light IDs. You set up your light, you give it a light ID, and if you want to exclude it, you exclude it here in the object properties. It's really easy, to be honest. Now I wish there was like a kind of way Blender Cycles does it, where you select the object, then you select the light, and then you can hit exclude. But this actually gives you a little bit more control, I think, or maybe not as much control, but because you can do collections with cycles, but it pretty much gets you there in the end, and that's pretty much how you do light passes. Any questions, you know what to do. Take care. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to explain that. Good. Oh, wait a minute, before I disappear, you can actually add the emission texture. Now, light ID is created by the emission, so let's say for example add in a UV sphere. I've just made this video extra long. And I give it a material, and I come all the way down to the emission panel here, for example. Where the bloody hell are you? And I add in a texture emission, and we'll just put the power up. You can see here we also have a light ID pass, so the light could be an object as well. Doesn't necessarily need to be an area light. The only thing I don't think it works for is a spotlight. I think the rest, maybe directional lights, but anything with emission and anything with a light pass ID, you can control. Anyway, take care.